Alright guys, so we got the ATi Radeon HD 4860 here for you from Sapphire. Haven't seen too many reviews of this card, unboxing, obviously probably because it's a relatively new card, just came out in December I believe. It's the last card to complete the 4 series. Obviously from now on ATi is focusing entirely on the 5 series cards, but just kind of a late release. It utilizes the same GPU core that the 4890 does, the RV790. So basically what that kind of tells us here is that what these cards are effectively kind of downclocked versions of 4890s and 4870s, I would imagine, manufacturers. Obviously, performance-wise, it's named appropriately. It's supposed to be somewhere right between a 4850 and a 4870. Although I've read reviews of people overclocking this graphics card with the stock heatsink fan, which happens to be very good, apparently, to competitive levels against a 4890. So if that's true, then we can effectively say that you can get 4890-like speeds for $130, or give or take about $45 less on average, which is a pretty good deal, if that's true. We'll obviously find out, do some benchmarks. Yeah, so this model has 1 gigabyte of GDDR5 memory. It comes out of the core clock of 700 megahertz, a memory clock of 750 megahertz. Obviously, these are overclockable numbers. Memory interface of 256 bit. It has 640 stream processing units. Let's see what else. Sorry about this guy. Nothing else. Just pretty basic specs. DirectX 10.1. Yeah. So that's pretty much the main specs. Yeah. So without further ado, get this guy out of here. Sapphire's got for us here. Sorry for the kind of weird sound right there. It's the anti-static bracelet habit of mine. It's always good to wear one of those. Alrighty, here. Let's see how this works. Complicated box. Don't make me look stupid. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Okay. So far, so good. Packaged pretty well. Got a installation disc and a Sapphire sticker. It's pretty cool. I always like it when these companies include that kind of little touch. Installation guide, and the GPU. It's that in a second. Got a DVI to VGA adapter, some power connectors for those of you who lack a 6-pin connection on a power supply. Obviously not recommended, but it's cool that they give the option to do so. And an HDMI cable to DVI. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's get the card out. Okay, it's over here. Okay. Packaged pretty well. Sapphire is always pretty good about that kind of stuff. Alrighty. So, here we go. There's a 4860 for you. So on first glance, it's obviously got a kind of specialized Sapphire heatsink, and it's aftermarket, their own kind of just on it. It's different from the 4870s heatsink. Obviously, for those of you who know, it's not a full unit. It's kind of a gap right here, if you can tell. Sucks in air through here. It's designed to kind of spread the air out through both sides. It has vents so that it can expel the heat out the back of the case, but it's not all one unit that kind of sucks in from the front and expels it all. It's kind of designed to dissipate the heat all over. So sometimes that works well, sometimes that doesn't work well in cases that don't have very good airflow or have heat building in certain areas. But if you have a big exhaust on top of your case, it usually doesn't tend to be much of an issue. So apparently, from what I've heard, this is a pretty good cooler, so I'll hold judgment for now. We got some of the connections right here. We've got a DVI connection right here, HDMI port right here. That's kind of cool. Obviously, a little bit of a 5 series touch going on here. And you can tell when you've got this thing right here, HDMI, you can plug that in, I think. Yeah, HDMI plugging it in, and you've got 2 DVI ports. So that's how they give you the dual DVI port capability. And then it's got a DP port, so you can add extra displays. So potential for 3, like I said, very similar to the 5 series. So pretty cool. It's a relatively light card. Heat sink's not very heavy, not very cumbersome. Compared to something like the 4890, like what I have, I can immediately tell you that this thing is not nearly as much of a brick. It's relatively light. Not that that matters, just kind of giving you guys a feel for it. As you can see, it's got a blue PCB, as most of Sapphire's cards do nowadays, I guess, or at least some of these Very Vision cards. But yeah, so we'll have to get this guy in the system and see how it runs. Hopefully it turns out to be a beast. That's always nice. And then if it is, you guys can go out and purchase a relatively pretty nice card for only $130 off of Newegg. So yeah, we'll get a review going, and 4860 guys. All right, thanks for watching.